Thanks as always for tuning in, everyone. We're getting an update on the blood parrots here in the 65 gallon and the other fish as well. All American cichlids with the exception of one, which I'll talk about later. Everyone's doing great in this tank. Love having this tank in my living room. Let me tell you, it's been a joy to watch this tank. Everyone gets along well, very serene. I think the fish, the blood parrots are all, well, they behave like friends. Just did an 80% water change and also changed the stones there on the right side. I put that Seiryu stone. I think that's how it's pronounced, or it could be Seiryu stone. They're pretty heavy stones, but they're beautiful. They look really good in this tank, and I have those in my African cichlid tanks as well. Getting a look there at the Anubias plants that I glued to that shelf there. And they've been doing great in there. And by the way, I drilled holes in the bottom of that before I installed it in here. Gotta take your time and do things right. The drainage, I think, has had a lot to do with the plants doing well, and also just keeping the tank clean. And there's also a couple holes on the vertical side of those shelves next to the gravel and cave. Gonna look at Fireball right there, everybody's favorite, certainly mine, my favorite pet. Wonderful fish, a lot of personality, the boss of this tank. Always cool to watch. And there's Dynamite. That was the third blood parrot I ever bought. And Flamethrower, the second. And then we got these three little buggers, which I don't have names for yet because I can't really tell them apart. You know, I have a suspicion that these three were dyed blood parrots. That they were dyed. Sometimes they make these different colors like blue or pink or green. And I think the dye faded away and now they're just kind of like that bland yellow because they're not turning orange. So I'm pretty sure that those were dyed, but that's okay. I'm going to take care of them no matter what. That there is a Treadle Cichlid. A lot of people seem to think it's a frontosa because of the similar stripes, but he is from Lake Tanganyika, Mexican African with American cichlids usually doesn't work, but in this case it's fine. And that's a very fast fish, by the way. Incredibly quick. Gonna look at my Pleco there. There's a candy stripe Pleco, also known as a Rio Pleco. There's two in here. Gotta be careful though now that I've put those Seiryu stones in there because they're so heavy and the Plecos like to move in and out of rocks and could be kind of hidden between the rocks. Gotta be careful. You could injure them or even, God forbid, worse. You just got to be really careful when you move them because you never know where those plecos are. Getting a side view here. And by the way, I set those rocks up in a way that some of the smaller fish can swim between them. My Treto. And there is a convict in here, not showing himself right now. He's back there, actually. Can't really see him with the air stone, but I am going to feed them in this video in a minute. So when I do that, I can guarantee he's going to come out. None of them are ever going to miss chow time. What shall we feed them this time? Probably go with shrimp. That's their favorite. And as soon as they see the shrimp in my spoon, they're going to go crazy. And you can see already they sense that it's going to be feeding time. Love these blood parrots. I get a lot of requests too to do videos on the blood parrots. It's actually kind of unbelievable how much I get messaged about that. I don't get messaged about anything else. But those of you who don't like blood parrots, from what I've seen, I would wager they're not going anywhere in this hobby. Look how crazy everybody's going right now. Just circling and huddling around, getting ready for that shrimp. They see it. The convict is going to be out in a minute too, I'm sure. Everyone's getting all hyped up. Let's put the clear spoon over the water and see if they knock it out of my hands. Did we need to ask? They do it every time. A little bit lower. Come on, Fireball. Knock it out. Come on, Fireball. There you go. They love this plankton. This and I think bloodworms are their favorite. Guess it just tastes better. And there comes the convict. Convict's name is Jailbreak, and the Treadle is Jail Rock, obviously because of the stripes. Look like those old-fashioned prisoners. And everyone's just chowing. And as I said, everyone gets along in this tank. Definitely a good mix of fish, and I'm not going to add any more either, because these fish are actually going to grow even bigger, and I don't want to overcrowd this tank. 65 gallon, it's kind of borderline. It's not really a large tank. I wouldn't call it too small either, but I got the right number of fish in there, I think, right now. Getting a look now with the blue lights on. The house light's still on with the blue lights. Kind of a cool effect. Beams work light there on the top. Really good light. I'm going to do a review on lights in one of my future videos. Back to full color here. So all is well on the 65 gallon. Everyone is doing great. Thanks as always for watching. And check back again soon for more content. Thanks.